Good morning, all of you. Myself, Vivek Mani, would like to give the lecture on the strength of material. And in this lecture, let we see the relation between the capital E as well as the capital G. So there is a quite a big derivation which is related with respect to the Young's modulus as well as the shear modulus. Before we go into in detail, what is the exact relation between the capital E and capital G? So first we have to understand that what is the concept of the capital E. Capital E is nothing but the stress divided by the strain is nothing but the Young's modulus. The linear stress divided by the linear strain, or the direct stress divided by linear strain, is called as the Young's modulus. Means the body obeys the Hooke's law, which is nothing but called as the capital E. And what is the capital G is nothing but the same like as a capital E, but instead of the direct stress, only we have to interchange the direct stress from the shear stress. So instead of the taking the sigma, we have to consider here the tau. Tau is nothing but the shear stress. The shear stress divided by the shear strain is known as the modulus of rigidity or the shear modulus. Okay. So to understanding the concept, in before or nothing but the yesterday's lecture, we understood the concept or what is the relation of the bulk modulus capital K with respect to the capital E. We already concluded in last lecture. So today's lecture we will see the what is the exact relation between the capital E as well as the capital G. In we are going to in detail the total derivation, as I would like to show that what is the exact relation between the capital E and capital G. This is the exact relation between the capital E and the capital G. Capital E is equal to 2 into G into another one bracket 1 plus mu. This is the exact relation between the Young's modulus and the shear modulus. Okay, so we have to understand the concept, the exact concept which is used by the examiner, and we have to follow such a concept with respect to this figure. Okay, so before going into detail, you have to draw this figure, as this is the recorded video, so I cannot stop for more than we can say a minute while. So you have to draw this figure. Please draw this figure. I would like to explain such figure, and then we will go in detail the derivation of that. So please draw the figure. There is a square, nothing but the body we have to consider for our simplification purpose. So take a square which having the name head like the A, B, C, D. This is the point A, here is the point B, C and D. And such a square figure or the one can say the body is subjected with the tau. So as I mentioned, or nothing but the indicating into the PPT, this is the line AB, or the is subjected with respect to the tau, which is denoted as a shear stress. So the line, suppose we consider the line AB is subjected with respect to tau. Obviously, the line CD, opposite line, is subjected with respect to the shear stress, which is denoted as a tau. So both face AB as well as face CD get subjected with respect to the active shear stress couple, and to maintain the equilibrium condition of that body, the face BC as well as the face AD, which are the perpendicular faces to the line AB as well as the to line CD respectively. So such a faces subjected by the another one, the couple of the shear stress, which is known as the complementary shear stress, which is already learned into the previous lecture. So the face AB as well as the face CD is subjected by that tau as a nothing but the active shear stress system, and to maintain the equilibrium between that face uh, AB and face CD, the face BC as well as the face AD get subjected with respect to the tau as an nothing but the reactive shear stress couple. Okay, So as we know, there is the action. Under the action of the force, the body will get deflected. When there is a action of that force, the body may be get elongated or maybe get retarded. Means the body get increase in length, or the body is subjected to the decrease in length. Okay, so with respect to that, the for our simplification purpose, sorry, we have to consider the line AC. The line AC is nothing but the diagonal, and we have to consider the three types of the right angle triangle concept by using the Pythagoras theorem, by using nothing but the sine theta, tan theta, cos theta, etc. We have to resolve such nothing but the concept of the tau, as well as the nothing but the concept of the direct stress. So with respect to that, by using the trigonometry, with the help of the trigonometry, we have to solve such a derivation, and we have to establish the relation between the capital E and capital G. Okay, so before going to detail, also we have to consider this concept. Please draw this figure immediately. And when there is a addressation or the acting or the introduction of the external agency, so the body get a deflected like the A dash, B dash, C dash, and D dash. CD phase is remain constant because it is a fixed one when we assume, and the body or nothing but the whole body in terms of the AB line, in terms of the BC line, in terms of the ED line will get a deflected as shown into this figure. फिगर मध्ये दाखवल्या पद्धतीने तुम्ही इथं ड्रॉ करून घ्यायचे आहे की ए पॉइंट हा ए डॅश ला कन्वर्ट झालेला आहे, बी हा पॉइंट बी डॅश ला गेट converted here. So please draw such type of the another one deflected figure which is indicated as A dash, B dash, C dash, and D dash. Also there is also one point we have to consider here is that we have to draw the line AE. बघा मी काय सांगतो ते लक्षात घ्या. When we have to draw a line AE which is perpendicular to line A dash C, and अशा पद्धतीने ती लाईन AE काय केलेलं आहे, परपेंडिक्युलर ड्रॉ केलेलं आहे, जेणेकरून द लेंथ ऑफ AC, the length of AC is equal to length of EC. Means length of AC is nothing but the original length of that line AC, and length of EC is nothing but the original length of the AC. बघा मी काय सांगायला इथं कन्फ्युज होता कामा नये की एसी ची लेंथ जी ओरिजिनल आहे ही आपल्याला मिळण्यासाठी काय होणार आहे, आफ्टर द इलॉंगेशन द एसी विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू द ए डॅश सी. Then how to consider the original length of AC along the line A dash C. A dash C वर एखादी लाईन घ्यायची असेल, त्याची जर इक्वल इन अमाऊंट ऑफ एसी जर घ्यायचं असेल तर कसे घ्यायला लागणार आहे, त्यासाठी देर इज अ इंटरप्शन ऑफ द पॉइंट E here. And fortunately the point E is nothing but the line E is perpendicular to A dash C, by which the AC is equal to line EC here. Okay, and there is the formation of the small right angle triangle as denoted into this PPT. A dash AE, this is the small right angle triangle is get form. Okay, and as we know, this is the ABCD are the square in nature. The angle ABCD are the nothing but the right angle triangle 90 degree, and the line AC make the 45 degree angle with respect to the line CD as well as with respect to the line AB respectively. Okay, so by using the concept of the trigonometry, such a 45 degree get converted here by using the right angle triangle the concept. And so with respect to that, such a the angle A dash AE is will become as a 45 degree. This is nothing but the मेन कन्वर्जन फॅक्टर यू हॅव टू यूज बाय युजिंग द ट्रिग्नोमेट्री कन्सेप्ट. माझ्यापेक्षा तुम्हाला ह्या गोष्टी जास्त कळून येतात कारण यू आर इन द प्रॅक्टिस. ओके, सो लेट यू कन्सिडर द कन्वर्टेड अँगल ए डॅश ए इज इक्वल टू 45 डिग्री. इकडचा 45 डिग्री इकडे कसा येणार आहे, 180 डिग्री मायनस 45 दिस इज सॉरी 180 डिग्री मायनस 90 केल्यानंतर आपल्याला काय मिळणार, 90 डिग्री मिळणार आहे. त्यानंतर डिवाइड बाय 2 केल्यानंतर हे 45 मिळणार आहे. लाईक दॅट such 45 degree get converted or will become or will go to the angle A dash A is equal to 45 degree. So trigonometry concept माझ्याशी जास्त तुम्हाला माहिती आहे, त्या गोष्टी तुम्ही अंडरस्टँड करून घ्या. सो लेट यू स्टार्ट फॉर द डेरिवेशन. कन्सिडर द ABCD as a square, nothing but the body, and having the thickness at T is equal to 1, mean unit thickness we have to consider here, and the body has the length or the the length of side is equal to capital A, and which is subjected to the pure shear, which is denoted as a tau, as shown into this figure. टाऊच असणारं जे ऍक्शन रिॲक्शन हे पुढच्या फिगर मध्ये तुम्हाला दाखवतो. सध्या या गोष्टी इथंच तुम्ही लक्षात घ्या. And due to the deformation occurrence due to the external applied load on that body, there is a angular deformation will be occur in terms of the phi. Phi is nothing but the angular deformation. Shear concept मध्ये याला आपण कॉम्प्लिमेंटरी shear stress अभ्यास केला गेला होता. At that time ही concept already झाली होती. So this is the phi is indicating the angular deformation. Shear stress produce the angular deformation instead of the delta L positive as well as the negative, instead of the tensile as well as the compressive nature. इथं काय होणार आहे, अँग्युलर डिफॉर्मेशन शियर स्ट्रेस मध्ये डेव्हलप होतो. हे ऑलरेडी वी लर्न इन टू द प्रिव्हियस लेक्चर. सो फाय इज इक्वल टू शियर स्ट्रेन, then capital G is equal to shear modulus. And I already mentioned that the point is taken along the line A dash C, means the AE line should be perpendicular to A dash C. Then how to calculate the strain developed into the diagonal AC? Let me see here. What is the ultimate objective for this derivation is to carry out the strain along the line AC. AC वरचा जो linear strain develop होतो तो आपल्याला इथं calculate करायचा आहे. Then how to calculate? Let we see here by using the trigonometric concept how to calculate. So what is the formula for the strain? Strain is nothing but the change in length divided by the original length. Okay, strain change in length divided by original length, we can get the strain, linear strain we can see. Okay, so with respect to the diagonal AC, what is the formula? Change in length. As we know that the length AC get converted into the A dash C, means there is a extension will occur, and such extension is nothing but A dash in the form of A dash E. A dash E ही जी लेंथ आहे ही काय, nothing but one type of the extension. So what is the original length of the AC? AC ची लेंथ काय असणार आहे, EC E to C. The length is equal to the length AC. एवढं लक्षात ठेवा. Okay, so let we go in detail by using the formula. Change in length is equal to A dash E, and what is the original length is equal to EC. EC is equal to AC. So original length as it is AC, yeah, and change in length A dash E, yeah. What is the A dash E? What is the exact conversion of the A dash E by using the right angle triangle concept? A dash AE या राईट अँगल ट्रायंगल मध्ये आपल्याला A dash E मोजताना काय होणार आहे, प्रॉब्लेम येणार आहे. सो टू अवॉइडिंग द प्रॉब्लेम वी कॅन इझिली मेजर द A dash A. हे डिफ्लेक्शन डायरेक्टली आपण मेजर करू शकतो विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू द एक्सपेरिमेंटल कन्सर्न. B dash B हे डायरेक्टली मेजर करू शकतो. सो वी हॅव टू कन्वर्ट A dash A इंटू द A dash A. A dash E चं कन्वर्जन A dash A मध्ये करायचं आहे. कसं करायचं आहे, बाय युजिंग द साइन थिटा. Sin 45, take the angle A dash AE, and with respect to that sin 45 take means opposite side means A dash E divided by the diagonal A dash A. So we can convert the A dash E in terms of the diagonal A dash A by considering this small right angle triangle A dash AE. A dash AE हा right angle triangle consider केल्यानंतर आपण A dash E चं कन्वर्जन कशामध्ये केलेलं आहे, A dash A sin 45 मध्ये करायचं. कारण A dash A आपण इझिली मेजर करू शकतो बाय युजिंग द experimental concern with respect to the practical concern. We can measure easily A dash A instead of the A dash E. So we have to convert A dash E in terms of the A dash A with respect to the sin 45 and divided by the original length is equal to AC as we already mentioned. Then the strain along the line AC will get converted like that. A dash A sin 45 divided by AD square root of 2. आता ही व्हॅल्यू AD square root of 2 कशी आली, लेट वी सी हियर. AC चं कन्वर्जन A dash root of square root of 2 कसं केलं, लेट वी सी हियर. तीन प्रकारचे राईट अँगल ट्रायंगल्स यूज करायचे. पहिला राईट अँगल ट्रायंगल ए डॅश ए ई ए डॅश ईचं कन्व्हर्जन ए डॅश ए मध्ये केलेलं आहे. आणि त्यानंतर लाईन एसी पण मेजर करताना आपल्याला प्रॉब्लेम येणार आहे. सो वी कॅन इझिली मेजर द लेंथ ए बी बी सी सी डी एज वेल एज द ए डी. सो विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू दॅट, इन राईट अँगल ट्रायंगल ए डी सी हा राईट अँगल ट्रायंगल समजा कन्सिडर केला. ए डी सी as I denoted into this PPT by using the cursor. ADC is consider केला. Take the 45 is nothing but the theta. Take the cos as well as the sin theta. By considering the angle C here, we can take the sine of angle C. अँगल ए सी डी चा जर साइन घेतला तर काय मिळणार आहे, अँगल साइन ऑफ 45 इज इक्वल टू अपोजिट साइड एडी डिवाइडेड बाय द डायगोनल AC. Okay, so please consider in triangle right angle triangle ACD, take the sine 45 of corner C, then take the opposite side of AD divided by the diagonal AC, we can get the sine 45. What is the exact requirement? We have to exact requirement to calculate the AC. How to calculate the AC? AC हा काय असणार आहे, डिनॉमिनेटरचा न्यूमरेटरला जाणार आहे आणि हा न्यूमरेटरचा साइन 45 डिनॉमिनेटरला जाणार आहे. सो एडी बिकम AC बिकम. सो हाऊ टू कॅल्क्युलेट द AC हा डिनॉमिनेटरचा न्यूमरेटरला जाणार आहे. AC बिकम AD डिवाइडेड बाय साइन 45. So what is the sine 45 is nothing but 1 divided by square root 2 is the value of sine 45. So हे करून बघा तुम्ही कॅल्क्युलेटरवर, तुम्हाला मिळून जाईल AC is equal to directly taken as AD into square root of 2. This is the ultimate value of the line AC. So put this value in this formula, we can get the change in length in terms of the A dash E. In terms of the A dash A sine 45, we can get the original length AC with respect to the AD square root of 2. So this is the final formula we will get here. A dash A sine 45 divided by AD square root of 2. This is the final answer. But there is also remaining the, what is the sine 45? Sine 45 is nothing but 1 divided by square root of 2. This is the amount of sine 45. So please put the value of the sine 45 here and we can get the what is the ultimate value of that. A dash A as it is लिहायचं, AD square root of 2 as it is लिहा, आणि there is a conversion of sine 45 in terms of the 1 divided by square root of 2. This is the value of the sine 45. So what is the E? E is nothing but the elongation along the line AC. Elongation along the not the elongation, we can say the elongation divided by original length. What is the strain along the line AC? AC चा असणारा strain, how to calculate, is nothing but this is the by using this formula. EAC means the linear strain along the AC is equal to AA dash divided by AD into 2. This square root of 2, this square root of 2 multiplied to each other and we can get the value. E means the linear strain along the line AC is equal to AA dash divided by 2AD. हे लिहून घ्या. जसं 1 by 1 मी तुम्हाला शिकवतो तशा पद्धतीने तुम्ही हे गोष्टी लिहून घ्यायच्या आहेत. So this is the answer we can get by using the two right angle triangle concept. कुठली right angle triangle? AA dash E as well as ABC ह्या दोन राईट अँगल ट्रायंगल कन्सेप्ट नुसार आपण इंटर रिलेट केलेलं आहे आणि दिस इज द आन्सर. द नेक्स्ट आन्सर is nothing but AA dash divided by 2AD. Also third right angle triangle concept we have to use that in right angle triangle A dash AD. Let's see the figure. A dash AD, this is the another one right angle triangle you have to consider. आपल्याला लिनियर जो असणार आहे स्ट्रेन अलॉंग द लाईन AC चा अभ्यास करायचा आहे. तर तीन राईट अँगल ट्रायंगलचा आपण इथं स्टडी केलेला आहे. सो इन राईट अँगल ट्रायंगल A dash AD काय मिळणार आहे आपल्याला, tan phi. As we know, the phi is nothing but the angular deformation occur due to the shear stress occurrence due to the external applied force, shear force occurrence. The angular deformation will get occur. This phi indicating the angular deformation, which is also called as the shear strain. So how to calculate the shear strain? Shear strain is calculated by taking the opposite angle. Tan of phi is equal to A dash opposite side divided by AD is the adjacent side in right angle triangle A dash AD. Okay. So tan phi is equal to A dash A divided by AD or A dash divided by AD. You can get the tan phi. As the value of the phi is very small, so neglect the tan, only take the phi is equal to A dash divided by AD. Then putting this value in above equation, we can say the E linear E of the line AC is equal to A dash A divided by 2AD. आता A dash किंवा A dash A divided by AD हा हीच व्हॅल्यू काय आलेला आहे, which is denoted by this phi. Phi is nothing but A dash A divided by AD. आता ही व्हॅल्यू इथं ह्या वरच्या असणाऱ्या इक्वेशन मध्ये घातल्यानंतर काय मिळणार आहे, फायनली वी कॅन गेट द EAC is equal to A dash divided by AD सेपरेटली लिहून घ्या into 1.5 काय करायचं आपण इथं as it is लिहून घ्यायचं आहे. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट द गेट कन्वर्टेड इन दॅट आणि हे लिहा. ही क्वांटिटी लिहिल्यानंतर काय मिळणार आहे, A dash or A dash A divided by AD is obviously we know that which is denoted as a phi. Phi value is काय करा या इक्वेशन मध्ये पुट केल्यानंतर we can get the finally answer is equal to phi into 1.5. So ultimately EAC is equal to phi by 2. म्हणजेच EAC जर आपल्याला लिनियर स्ट्रेन अलॉंग द AC कॅल्क्युलेट करायचा आहे तर बाकी काय न करता डायरेक्ट अँग्युलर डिफॉर्मेशन मेजर करायचा आणि डिवाइड बाय 2 केल्यानंतर यू कॅन गेट द linear strain along the line AC here. Also we know that what is the G? G is nothing but the shear modulus. Shear modulus, how to calculate? What is the Young's modulus? Young's modulus is equal to stress divided by strain. Like that, what is the shear modulus? Tau divided by shear strain, we can get the G. So next point is how to calculate the phi in terms of the shear modulus. Phi is equal to tau divided by G, we can calculate the phi. Okay. So also by using this indicated value of the phi tau divided by G, put this value in above equation, we can get the final answer EAC is equal to tau divided by 2G, which is given into, or we have to give the name head or the equation head to this amount is equal to equation number 1. So please equation number 1 write is equal to EAC, जे linear strain along the line AC is equal to tau divided by 2G केल्यानंतर आपल्याला EAC मिळणार आहे. म्हणजे EAC चं कन्वर्जन कशा कशा पद्धतीने आलेलं आहे हे गोष्टी तुम्ही बघून घ्या. तुम्हाला काय असणार आहे, फॉर युअर गायडन्स पर्पज, फॉर युअर सिम्प्लिफिकेशन पर्पज आय वुड लाईक टू शेअर सच नोट्स अगेन. खरं ह्या हा व्हिडिओ बघणं फार गरजेचं आहे. त्यानुसार आपल्याला काय मिळालं, EAC is equal to in terms of the tau, in terms of the shear modulus, we can get the tau divided by 2G is equal to AC. So you should have to keep in mind that EAC is equal to tau divided by 2G. Next point, let we see here. This is another one concept we have to learn. Due to the pure shear, when there is the occurrence of the shear stress, हा पॉइंट फार महत्वाचा आहे, हा लक्षात घ्या तुम्ही. When there is occurrence of the pure shear, means this is the tau as shown into this figure number 1, part number 1 of this figure. Due to this active shear stress, there is a reactive couple get acted in terms of the complementary shear stress, which is already learned into the previous lecture. तर हा डायरेक्ट अझम्पशन तुम्ही लक्षात घ्यायचा आहे की ड्यू टू द प्युअर स्ट्रेस कन्सेप्ट, द axial tensile stress which is created along the line AC and the axial compression stress which is created along the line BD should be equal to the tau. हे assumption डायरेक्ट तुम्ही लिहून घ्या. ह्याला एक छोटंसं डेरिव्हेशन आहे, एवढं सगळं डेरिव्हेशन आता करायची गरज नाही. So let you have to consider directly as the sigma T along the line AC and the sigma C along the line BD both are subjected due to the pure shear case. So sigma T, sigma C directly convert into the tau. This is the particular assumption you have to keep in your mind. So and this is the nothing but the uh, important part we have to consider. Sigma AC is equal to sigma BD is again equal to tau. But sigma AC is nothing but the elongation will be takes place in first part of this figure, and sigma BD is a retardation will be takes place when we see the second part of this figure. So sigma AC is a positive in nature, means tensile in nature. Sigma BD is a negative in nature, compressive in nature. So indication of this positive sign as well as the negative sign we have to consider. We should have to keep in your mind for the clarification, which is we'll see in the next part. Okay. Then let we see the how to calculate the strains along the line AC. बघा लक्ष द्या. सेकंड पॉइंट यामध्ये लक्षात घ्या की हाऊ टू कॅल्क्युलेट द लाईन AC or the deformation or the strain along the line AC with respect to the sigma. सिग्मा कन्सिडर करून आपल्याला स्ट्रेन अलॉंग द लाईन AC कसं कॅल्क्युलेट करता येईल त्यासाठी टू डायमेन्शनल स्ट्रेस सिस्टीमचा अभ्यास करणं गरजेचं आहे. ॲज वी नो द टू फोर्स सिस्टीम और द बायएक्सियल फोर्स सिस्टीम और द टू डायमेन्शनल स्ट्रेस सिस्टीम, त्यामध्ये आपल्याला काय कळणार आहे, विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू दॅट कन्सर्न फॉर्म्युलेज वी कॅन कॅरीड आउट द स्ट्रेन अलॉंग विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू द लाईन AC विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू द स्ट्रेस with respect to the sigma. So please put down in your notebook that the EAC म्हणजेच linear strain along the line AC with respect to the sigma. How to calculate? Please write down this formula. Sigma AC divided by E minus into bracket minus mu sigma BD divided by E. This is the two-dimensional stress system formula, means the modified Hooke's formula, which is applicable for the biaxial force system, biaxial stress system. हे ऑलरेडी झालेलं आहे बायएक्सियल आणि ट्रायएक्सियल सिस्टीम इन टू द प्रिव्हियस लेक्चर. तर त्या पद्धतीने तुम्ही हे लिहून घ्यायचं आहे. म्हणजेच when there is a linear strain occurs along the line AC, simultaneously जसं AC लाईन ही इलॉंगेट होणार आहे त्यावेळेला बीडी लाईन ही काय होणार आहे, रिटार्ड होणार आहे. डिक्रीजिंग लेंथ विल गेट हॅपन. त्यामुळं जसंच एखादा लाईन AC जर इथं इन्क्रीज होत असेल, सायमल्टेनियसली लाईन बीडी काय होणार आहे, डिक्रीज होणार आहे. म्हणजे आपल्याला इन्क्रीजिंग नेचर हे कन्सिडर करायचं आहे आणि सायमल्टेनियसली डिक्रीजिंग नेचर ऑफ द लाईन वी हॅव टू कन्सिडर simultaneously. So such a modify Hooke's law. By using that, please write down the strain along the line AC with respect to the sigma is equal to sigma AC divided by E. This minus sign get plus, then plus mu into sigma BD divided by E. As we know, the magnitude of the sigma AC, magnitude of the sigma BD both are equal in manner. So take sigma as it is, and please write down the strain along the line AC with respect to the sigma is equal to sigma divided by capital E into another one bracket 1 plus mu. But here with respect to the assumption is that due to the pure shear case, pure shear stress system, as we know there is a active and reactive couple of the tau. So this sigma T as well as the sigma C will become the tau directly. So take sigma is equal to tau directly, and we have to modify this equation. The strain along the line AC is equal to sigma divided by E into 1 plus mu into the bracket. Sigma च्या ऐवजी tau घ्या आणि equation 2 will get generated here. So EAC is equal to tau into E into 1 plus mu. We can get the strain EAC with respect to the stress oriented. So by equating the equation number 1 tau divided by 2G, and equation number 2 tau divided by E 1 plus mu, ह्या दोन्ही फॉर्म्युला नुसार by using by this equation number 1 and equation number 2 we can easily calculate the strain along the line EC. And strain along the line EC is equal to tau divided by 2G, equation number 1, tau divided by E 1 plus mu, equation number 2, and equate to each other. We can get what? Tau get cancelled to each other as shown into this PPT. हा ताऊला कॅन्सल झालेला आहे. सो वी कॅन गेट 1 divided by 2g is equal to 1 divided by e into 1 plus mu. So such a denominator e will go here, and such a numerator denominator g to g will go here, and we can get the capital E is equal to 2g into 1 plus mu. So hence prove that capital E is equal to 2g 1 plus mu. So here in this lecture we concluded that what is the exact relation between the Young's modulus and the shear modulus. Capital E is equal to 2g 1 plus mu. This is the big derivation we have to consider. After that we will see the what is the exact relation between the capital G, capital G, capital E and capital K. Bulk modulus, Young's modulus and shear modulus आपण रिलेशन बघायचं आहे पुढच्या लेक्चरला. ओके, लेट वी स्टॉप हियर. थँक यू व्हेरी मच.